As a tech reviewer, I test a lot of gear. And we all know most of these companies usually want to showcase their high-end flagship product. I'm currently testing new Razer Kraken V4 Pro for review, and this gaming headset is 500 bucks. So you know what really excites me when I walk down those aisles? Is what are the new budget products out there that honestly most people are probably buying. So when I was recently at Walmart, I went ahead and picked up the Game On gaming headset. This gaming headset was roughly around 20 bucks. And I was just curious, is it actually worth 20 bucks? But luckily, you don't have to spend your 20 bucks on it. I spent mine. I'm gonna test it and let you know if it's worth it. So let's first see if this gaming headset can live up to the stinking cozy test. And as far as these ear pads, not too bad. You can see they got the sports weave material right there. So they're very nice and soft on the head for sure. Plenty of plushness as well. On the inside, they are pleather lined to lock in that sound. Now where they do fall off is the size, as they are incredibly tiny. So you can see the length right there, which is pretty fine, honestly, but where they really fall off is the width. Like, oh my gosh. And look at the inside, like super small, and it just right at about an inch. And if you look at this way, it's about 2 inches. Now the depth is perfectly fine. Your ears aren't going to really touch the inside, but it's really not an over the ear. It's almost on top of your ear. And then as far as the headband, it is pleather up there, but there's plenty of plushness all the way around it. And as far as weight, they come in at 197 grams. Now as far as adjustability on this headset, there is no swivel as the forks are locked in there, but your ear cups do go in and out, and they do get plenty big. You can see they stretch out pretty good, and they get pretty small if you want. But the biggest downfall, again, is as far as those ear cups. When you put this headset on your head, it's truly just sitting on your ears. It doesn't wrap around your ears at all. So unfortunately for me, no, it's not going to get the stinking cozy pass. But I believe if these are used for like a child, I think they might be okay, because again, it's really just the small ear pads that ruin it for me. Now let's take a look at the build, and as you can see, it's pretty darn solid for especially a budget gaming headset. I can bend this up, stretch it out, and I'm not getting worried about it. As you see, the forks over here are actually metal, as you see in like HyperX headsets, so you don't really got to worry about a hinge down there. Your ear cups are plastic, and then this little apparatus up here is plastic as well, but still, I don't really get worried about it. I think the only thing you're really going to have to worry about is the attached 3.5 cable. If that gets stuck in your chair or snagged, it is just going to rip out. I'm honestly shocked with how well built this under $20 gaming headset is. Now, one of my favorite segments when I cover budget gaming headsets is features and functions. That's really because it's the easiest, because there's not much on these. On this one, you have a 3.5 cable, you have a volume wheel that bottoms out at the lowest, tops out at the highest, and believe it or not, you have a flip down to active and flip up to mute microphone on this under $20 gaming headset. But of course, the question on all of our minds right now is, how does that budget microphone sound? Well, let's find out together, because that is exactly what you are hearing right now. The raw microphone, straight up plugged and played and pressed record. No tweaking or anything in editing software or within my PC right now when you're hearing the microphone. And the microphone's roughly about, I don't know, maybe a finger and a half lengths away from me, but it doesn't go in front of my mouth. You can see it's right over here to the side, and that's pretty much the furthest. Now I can pull it up, or it is plenty of moldable, but again, it won't come right in front of my mouth. So it's always going to be off to the side a little bit right there. But one thing I want to check as well, because I haven't listened to this microphone yet. Again, I do this live with you guys, but if you watch my recent gaming setup hack videos, make sure to go check it out. If not, really fun video. But I talked about these little windscreens that you can use on any gaming headset. You just buy them off Amazon. They're pretty cheap. And it's a little deal. You just slide right over your microphone. So let me get this on, and I'm going to see if this makes any improvement, if it even needs any improvement. So there we go. Now I have one of these little windscreens, little pop filters on there, which always help me out because my P's and T's are quite prominent. But I just wanted to see if it helps out and makes any benefit on a budget gaming headset. Again, I don't know if the microphone's good or bad yet. I haven't listened to the playback. The other cool thing, again, like I mentioned, the flip up microphone. Coming down, and now we are active. I want to see if it makes noise when I go up and down. Give me 1 second here. There is a very prominent click in there whenever it goes to the top and the bottom, so you know when it's fully muted or fully active, but I'm kind of curious if it picked up anything in that mic test. So I just listened to that microphone playback right there, and I was shockingly surprised with how good it sounded. It sounded a little bit better with the wind filter on it, but that's just the way I talk with my P's and T's, but Wow, again, under 20 bucks. This sounds better than some 50 or heck, even $100 gaming headset microphones. That was a shocker. Now, most importantly, how about the sound on this budget gaming headset? And as you can see right here with the ear pad off, they are using 40mm drivers. And by the way, speaking about those ear pads, yes, they are swappable, but you can see they're fitted into these little brackets, and that's what clips right inside the driver or the little ear cup right there. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to swap out to any other ear pads unless you custom fit them right there. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the sound here. And the sound of this headset, where do I put it? It really was different per game. If I was sitting on console playing like a story game, I felt fine. I never caught myself saying, oh, that doesn't sound good or whatever. I guess the one instance I caught myself is like, okay, if I got into a heated battle, it kind of sounded, I don't want to sound, say, jumbled or muffled or anything like that, but it just sounded kind of together, like your mids were competing with the bass and then there went your highs, you know what I mean? But it didn't rattle or get staticky or anything like that, like it couldn't handle it. It just couldn't separate it. That's the best way to put it. Now, when I went over and started playing some Call of Duty, which is my game of choice right now, so we're talking FPS here, right? I will tell you what, it truly sounded hollow and empty. Like, it sounds so bad. And yes, for an FPS game, I would state that. I don't want to hold it back here or deceive you by any means, but I didn't get any separation. I didn't really get any of that body of like reloads or weapon shots or anything like that. I didn't get the excitement out of it. All I really got from it was, again, that body, or if there's a dedicated dialogue, I would get that. And if there's any of this intense like rumble, that's what I would get. Not like bass or anything, but again, that fullness right there, kind of like mids and bass working together. So I would definitely class it as like a story game type of sound. Definitely not FPS, but I don't think anyone's really going to be buying this for FPS. Where I would class this again is, say if you're playing a game on the Switch or you have a kid that's playing a game on a Switch. That's where I really feel like this sound is going to really kind of make it come through. Or again, if you're playing a story game on a console or something like that, that's where this headset can sit. And again, no, it's not horrible sound by any means. It's definitely passable for sure, but it's not great. But let's be real. What do we expect out of a gaming headset under $20? Well, what I was expecting was maybe something like the Nova 1s or even a Black Shark V2X. Now, these gaming headsets you can get for roughly around 40 bucks, maybe 30 here and there. So you're talking about $10 more than that gaming headset. And yes, the sound is a lot better than these. The comfort blows those away hands down. As far as the build, you know, believe it or not, I might say this has the best build out of all of them. Not saying those are bad, but this is just better. You got the metal cups. I don't feel like this is going to break. I can toss it up, drop it down, and I'm seriously not worried about it whatsoever. And with all that, I think we come to a very easy conclusion of this headset. No, it's not bad. It's better than I expected for sure. Is this something I'm gonna main? No, not at all. Where I would put this headset is, again, if you have a younger child and they're playing on a Switch or heck even console, just plugging into the controller, they're going to be perfectly fine with this. Maybe you got those kids that are going to school and they're on their little Chromebooks now and they need a headset in class. That's where this would be great. So again, if you just want something, maybe throw it in the car for travel for your young ones, this is not a bad option.